Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back in the Cape of Umbar. We are sort of tying out some loose ends that we left in here before we go back to the city and continue our search for Thorongil. So the first one that we can actually complete in here, it's really close by if I understood correctly. One of the locations for the explorer did. So give me just a moment, and I don't know. It seems we'll need to take the jump, take the leap, so to speak, in here. Oh, is this like an enemy camp? So maybe it's not the smartest idea to just jump blind into it. Let me see if there is another way where we can reach that place quite safely, and let's see what we'll find there. Alright, and sorry for the awkward silence, and I just took the opportunity to send quite a sort of, not that sort of urgent message. Was just doing a favor really, but well, there was not a lot to see as I make my way back here, so that's okay. What now? You know what? We haven't been sent to that town that is in between Kuthra and the city of Umbar, and you saw there was some sort of hidden entrance in there. Beckmol, there it is. There was some sort of hidden entrance, that place, and I don't know, by the looks of it, a treasure cache, awesome. By the looks of it, it seems as if that would be the entrance to the catacombs that is confirmed to be the next update, so maybe there will be a use for that some other day, but that is really curious as well. Anywho, here we have another treasure cache, 8 out of 20, so that's roughly 1/3 of the treasure caches in the Cape of Umbar. Not as good as I would have liked, not bad either. Sort of checks with all the other treasure cache exploring that we've done in some other places. I mean, the shield isles were the exception to the norm. I did exceptionally well with them, but it's not something that happens that often. You know. On my other Warden, I have completed the treasure caches in, I think, West Gondor and Central Gondor, and one of the Anorian ones, I believe it was. But that's just because I was playing through those places when they were the current endgame, so not only did I have a lot of time to explore, but after I didn't have anything else to do and was just kind of bored with the game, I thought, well, yeah, why not complete the explorer deeds, right? And I took the time to do that. But it's not I didn't have that chance with Beriathan, so maybe some other day I'll go back and do that. Now, here in the Cape of Umbar. No. Umbar Baharbel, is that? Sand in the sky, yeah. Okay, yeah, we do need to collect some extra sand. I just have the feeling that there is another place that we have not fully... I mean, another quest that we have not added to the tracker. I don't know where that feeling is coming from. Let me see. Do we make our way back here? Boy, these trees do not let me see. So yeah, we gotta go and collect the sand for the lady at the observatory. Look for a nest for Gwallang, and I think we will be sent back to the lady to give her the sand. And then that will send us back on track for advancing the epic. But we can also find Gwallang, which is the last location we need for the dangers in the Cape of Umbar. Once again, another location that we could have found when we were... Boy. When we came initially here. To get the dung and the spices. But I guess we didn't go far enough to the east. So let's try and do that now. And then we'll maybe take a ride with our trusty steed. Good old Tumlos. You have found Gwallang! Awesome! Completed dangers in the Cape of Umbar. We have a new title. Compassion is now level 90, has been capped. And the extra virtue XP went on for justice. God knows why. But let us check all that now. We got the virtue XP and a title, Scout of the Cape of Umbar. You have explored the enemy encampments and dangerous wilds of the Cape of Umbar. Compassion is in here and it went to justice. Why does it need to go to justice? I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad virtue, but it's very low level for me, and I want to finish the ones that I am close to capping right now. But what is Gwallang exactly? It's a good question. The Gathering Stone is home to two warring prides of light led by the brothers Kura and Kaburo. Both beasts have long attack foolish explorers who wander too close to the territory. The brothers stalk the savannah and stones of Gwallang in pursuit of one another. So, this is the lions then. It seems this is the place then where you can come and farm the lions for the Slayer did, so thank God there is a place for doing that. Otherwise, completing that deed would be a pain. It is already a pain to be given a deed such as that. Oh no! I I lagged and I had just hit never surrender. Oh, it did suck. Totally sucks. Was just trying to take a look, a little peek into the... to see if I could see some lions. Well, the two lion brothers that they did mention. Stupid sandstorms. But you know what? That gives me an idea, because if we need to come back to the city and we are too far away, if I am too lazy to ride or walk or whatever, I can just let somebody kill me and be dropped right by the Gate of Song. So that's serviceable enough. I'm gonna take a quick look into Javelaka and I'll be off. I promise, but... Oh, it seems no, yeah, this is the proper entrance. So here you can see the lions. Plenty of lions, which... it's not reassuring. You have seen the nasty blitz these guys apply. Tearing bleeds at that. So having so many of them, it's good for the deed. But it could be potentially bad for our health. Oh, so many of them. But yeah, you see, that's all that I wanted to spot. How are the lions organized in this place? And maybe if there is a treasure cache in Javelaka, because it feels like it should, especially considering it's such a dangerous place. The really... treasure cache! Treasure cache! Wait! So this is treasure cache 9 out of 20. I mean, almost half of them. And if I'm a little bit lucky, I might find another one just to say, well, I got half of them. Would be a nice little boost to my ego, to be honest with you. But, well, we got a treasure cache really close to Javelaka. I really don't expect another one to be around this place. That would be Christmas, and yeah, unlikely. But 9 out of 20 is still really good to me. Alright, so in here... Oh, didn't see you there. Need to find some sand. Okay. Maybe Umbar chest. You bet I'm gonna try and... well, try my luck with this chest. Nope. Yeah, too good to be true. I can avoid the spider, maybe. Awesome. The sand here is coarse and granular. Good to know. Not gonna bother with you, no. Got what I wanted, so I'm off. Nothing here. More sand. The sand here is very fine and sifts easily through your fingers. It's rough, of course, and gets everywhere. That would have been an awesome line to say back at the spider then. I was too slow for that, but I'm not gonna let that stop me to throw out a bad joke. That never stops me, really. What do we have here? The sand here shines and sparkles with a variety of colors. You will find one of these trees has to be Gwallang's tree. Gwallang descends from the sky and lands softly on a nearby rock. Gwallang hops around excitedly, and you know he likes your choice of location for his nest. Now he needs a fistful of grass or hay with which to build it if you can find such a thing nearby. There's bound to be grass and hay. It's a farmland after all, so... You take a generous fistful of grass and hay from the haystack. The nest looks perfect, but what does Gwallang think? Gwallang flies in a grand circle around your head, chirping all the while. At last he lands safely in his nest and sings a thrilling song, and you know that he enjoys the location and the smell of the sea breeze. He seems very happy, but you imagine that his happiness is partially due to the knowledge that if the desire to explore the seas come upon him again, he has already access to any of the vessels locked in the city of the coursers, and any of them can take him on exciting adventures, should the mood strike him. Gwallang chirps happily at you, and you know you have made a friend for life. Awesome. What a heartwarming end to this quest. But on one hand, yeah, what else do you expect from a bird quest giver, right? Little else you can do. On the other hand, the gate is open for Gwallang to still join us in future adventures, and that is also nice. And yeah, what an amazing end to the quest line. Just a little thing, but so heartwarming. The sand here is damp and contains small clumps of soil. Cool. And we have to go back to the observatory to bring her the sand. You see, it all works out in the end. Boy, I gotta say, at first, when I realized it would be Gwallang joining us and not Lipshade, I was a little bit disappointed. And there was really not much to his quest in the Shield Isles. But this ending alone makes it worth it to do everything that comes before it. So glad I brought Gwallang with me. This fuzzy feeling inside, totally worth it. Okay, plenty of people in here doing dailies, it seems.
Do you have need of something?
Look at these fine specimens. Excellent work. I wonder, did you see the beast Nejagil while you were hunting the worms in the cracks? It is said that the beast makes its home among the lesser worms there. I am sorry, my preoccupation with the beast often distracts me from my duties. I did. I'm expecting you to give me the quest. I'm not gonna do it for free. His eyes. Ah, yes, my duties. You have completed the task I set before you and you should receive your reward. Please accept this with great thanks.
There is much to be done, and fewer hands by which to do it.
I am told that the scholars have learned to press the sand to draw out the natural oil within. They use it in lamps, torches, and all manner of things that burn. I have heard tell that the Kindred are planning to make even greater use of the extract. How? I do not know. I can imagine. Your payment is well earned here, my friend. Would I could leave these bounds and journey with you. Ah! Knew it. I totally told you so.
Might you spare a moment?
I heard from another aspirant aiding me that they saw Nejagil roaming the black sands at night. They told me they engaged the beast but were forced to flee the confrontation because it overpowered them. It chirped loudly, they said, so loudly that it shattered their ears. He shakes his head. Would that I could leave my post during the day to hunt down the beast. I wonder, would you hunt the beast? You've proven so able thus far with everything before you. Certainly, you're twice the adventurer as this other aspirant. You could slaughter the beast, collect its tail as a trophy and return it to me so that I might see something of the beast for my time in the wilds. Yeah, as I said, I'm not gonna do it for free, but now that there is a reward in it for me, sure.
Might you spare a moment?
I will clean these items and separate those with value for shipment to the city's jewelers. I want to thank you for doing this. This effort is above and beyond what I am required to do. It earns me favor with the guild and the kindred. This effort provides favor to the people of Umbar for you.
Might you spare a moment?
Do not fret for the lurkers, they will recover. We have long hunted them and used them as food source. We are careful not to reduce their population too far. We strike a balance with them and allow them to recover.
Do you have need of something?
This shall do nicely. There are some jewelers who adorn their earrings, necklaces, and other jewelry with feathers. They pay a fair price for the trouble we incur to gather the feathers. I thank you for taking care to harm as few Seahawks as you could. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him.
Do you have need of something?
Thank you for collecting these. I will deliver the eggs to the Cook's Guild. The leadership will distribute them to their chefs. Those who pay will enjoy them in breakfast feasts throughout the city. Complete the Epicurean's desire X. You help Luthana satiate the Epicurean desire for X. Now we only need to help Avito with his hunting. And for that we gotta slay Nejagil. But by the looks of it, it's the last thing we need to do. So we'll slay the worm, of course, but we don't need to immediately come back here. We will still come back here before finishing the epic, but we don't need to do this right away. That will give me the chance of looking for driftwood in the city, because we still need to do that, and doing some extra errands on the city. Because, from what I understand, at some point we will need to enter the Citadel of Winds, which is really close to the Fleet Fast, so I hope we'll get the chance of we'll get an excuse of coming back to the Fleet Fast someday, because it's just a couple steps from the Fleet Fast to the Hunter's Camp. lots of lions in here too. Once again, can't say I like it. At least not now. If I turn off the fearless difficulty, then I will be more willing to come back here and farm the lions, but not in my current state. Not worth it. Treasure cache! Oh my god! 10 out of 20! Yay! Halfway through! More than I had hoped for. Oh boy, I'm so happy. I can say I at least I found half of them on my own. I might need to check online where to find the other 10, but the first 10 I got on my own. And as I said before, that is enough for me. Everything up from this point will be just the icing on the cake. Oh, lion! No! No, we cannot jump over the ruins. I mean, even if we could, maybe the lion can. At least real life lions can do that sort of thing. LOTRO lions maybe not. But we cannot jump over it either, so it evens out. You know, I think I remember now what I missed in the quest tracker. It's not a quest per se, but it's all the explorer deeds that we are still missing that we can technically complete now. Well, not technically, we should complete now. Let me just get back to the observatory if you don't mind. What was the way up to the observatory again? I forgot. There is bound to be something going on with this amphitheater at some point. A quest or something. And here in the observatory, as you can see, we have the reflecting pool, so now we know where to find it.
What will become of us now?
Thank you for doing as I asked, my friend. Did you observe that the sand you collected from each location possessed its own characteristics? You tell Charzad that some of the sand was damp and some was dry, some was coarse and some was fine, some of the sand was brightly colored. And yet they were all, in the end, still sand, Charzad answers with a raised eyebrow. It reminds me of how I envision the stars in the sky. From our position here, they all seem to be the same, twinkling dots of light, like jewels affixed to the heavens, but look at this. Charzad reaches into a small leather bag and removes a handful of the sand you gathered. She opens her palm and lets the sand fall, where the individual particles drift and float restlessly on the breeze. Like stars, she says. How different might the stars be from each other if we could only see them up close? Might the scholars at the observatory above us have learned the answer if they were not slain, the observatory not shattered, and their works not lost? I think they might have. Thank you for doing this for me, my friend. Not everyone would. I know, I asked them. But take this for your travel and your time. You know what this reminds me of? Remember that scene in The Lion King? Where they are talking about the stars and Umbar just happens to guess what stars really are? And everyone dismisses him? A little bit like this quest. Not to the point of actually guessing what stars really are, but leaving the door open. And it makes sense. On one hand, we are at the observatory. On the other hand, even though the technology might not be there still for the people in Middle Earth to actually see the stars, they are already asking themselves those questions. Please tell me I didn't get stuck. This is the stupidest thing ever. No. Okay, take me out of it. Take me to the rest circle, if you will. If you take me to the rest circle, all things are forgiven. That's what you get for trying to take some shortcuts. Please don't take long. We still have a couple things to do. In the meantime, we can go back to here, the havens, the markets, and the city. These are all the locations that we're missing. And as soon as we do that, we will complete... Oh, if we complete this, it will grant us some embers. But I don't think I'm ready for the embers just yet. Yeah, I am capped on embers. And I need... Well, it's just 500 embers, so it's not much. But it is still 500 embers that I could use at some point. So I gotta remember to exchange some embers for gear before I finish my explorations. And I think we can leave the wharf beacon for last. And just make sure that I discover it when I have room for embers in my wallet. And now, one last trek to the worm nest, looking for Nejagil. So we did need some extra help, but the explorer did in the Cape of Umbar is finally done, same as the city of Umbar, which will soon be finished. Because it seemed really weird to me when we first got into the city that we had half the deed still to be done. But now we know why. Nejagil. Well, why not? Let's fight these guys. Please all die. Finally. You defeated Nejagil and claimed its tail. Cool. And you remember what I told you about the shortcut? Yeah, why not? Let's take a shortcut. I mean, I'm glad I'm not doing any sort of hardcore or things like that so that I can use the red circles to my advantage, like this case. And that is also another advantage of fearless difficulty. It takes less time for you to die. It's a shame that I lost aggro on some of these worms. But I don't mind. This is enough to take me down, which is what I wanted. Thank you for the lift. Oh, come on, you were supposed to take me not here, but to the north gate. I died for nothing, and what a shame. No, not for nothing, treasure cache. Oh, cool. 11 out of 20. I take back my words. It was not for nothing. 11 out of 20. Still love it. And it's not where I intend to go, but this kinda saved us some part of the road. You would remember this is the path I was taking initially when we were first coming into the city, but then I realized this was not this would take me to a gate different from the one required by the epic, so I went back. And this is a gate that we have discovered from inside the city, but from the outside there are some markets and taverns just like the east gate of Umbar, so this will give us the chance of completing some extra deeds before coming back into the city. We just need to take a look around. Okay, I see one of the taverns in here. This one is the Vagabond's Rest Inn. Cool. And there is another one in here. Right? Dusty Cloak Tavern. And this is the Havens of Umbar that has been completed. 21 out of 21. Took a while, but here we are. Leisurely Patron. You have proven a loyal patron to the taverns, inns, and wine shops of Umbar Baharbil. Okay. And the Dusk Market in here. You have discovered the Dusk Market. So we have also completed the market of Umbar Baharbil. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Yeah, we are leveling up confidence. Cool. Nothing else in here that we can see. 1,000 virtue XP and that's it. No deed. No title. The Golden Gate. Okay, this is still in the upper ward. And that way we can check the Deep Hungry Tavern. Is that the name? And now supposedly Driftwood should be somewhere around here. I mean, he's supposed to be in here, according to the wiki at least, or am I reading things wrong? Or is it just... Huh. There is another... Give me just a moment. Because I might have gotten confused with this. But... yeah, okay, so I was actually wrong. There is not a quest for Driftwood Old Horn in the Gate of Songs. That would be the quest you get if you recruit the other Driftwood. Its horn died actually died at the Battle of the Pelennor Pits. If Halrog stays in the Shire and Horn dies in the Pelennor, then in Halrax you recruit a different Driftwood, which is just a regular courser from what I understand. And that Driftwood would have his crew quest in here, in the Gate of Songs. And since he is just a regular courser, he would have you go to the gardens and then to the arena, because, well, it seems he's some sort of criminal. But that means we don't need we don't need to get any other quests. We have already completed all our crew quests in here. It's what it seems, and that is nice. That's cool. We need to give this body some time to load, properly load the floor. Yeah, there we go. Where was the entrance to the tavern again? Let me see if I can remember this without looking at the map. Yeah, we did it. I know, this is the guild hall. The tavern was really close by. I think it could be maybe this gate instead. Bats of Imlathiphorik. Ah, yeah. You see the sign there, and then you take these stairs. You have found the Hungry Deep Tavern, a popular eating and drinking establishment.
I am worried for our rulers.
I heard a rumor that the widow of Balakhôr the Scourge has offered bounties on the leaders of the Kindred of the Coins, and even now her twin killers are loose in the city. They say no one has seen Tumult of Fierce Water in weeks, and even Tatháta the beast is missing. She often walked the streets of the lower ward, her fighting hounds by her side, but I cannot remember the last time she did. We owe the Kindred much for dealing with the Heirs of Castamir and releasing us from the shackles of Rothog. I hope they are alright.
The Hungry Deep Tavern is the finest in the city, if you ask me.
Every time I come here, I eat too much. The Kindred of the Coins, they mean well, and if you ask me, they have done right by us. But I think they keep secrets from us all the same. 7 of them there are, you know that, but there has been turnover among the ranks since the uprising. Some say Guild Master Imilka was in league with the Heirs of Castamir, and Tatháta was right to replace her in the Kindred, but I don't know. And there was another, a scholar whose name I misremember. Whatever happened to him? He ruled in the Tor-gardens, but now he's gone and the half-troll Rothog has his place in the Kindred. He frightens me. When I eat too much, I also speak too much. Favor me and tell no one of these things I have said. Cool, so... the Gwallang Tavern is the next stop. Now, when we got the teasers for the Kindred of the Coins in... The Twitter images, they talked about Tatháta replacing her successor when her successor proved to be a traitor, which is what this guy just told us. But nowhere, as far as I remember, in those images, did we hear about another member of the Kindred, a scholar in the Tor-gardens replaced by Rothog. And this is a very interesting turn of events that I'm really looking forward to learn more about. And here we have the Gwallang. Yeah, the Gwallang Tavern is not as busy as the Hungry Deep.
I am not one for gossip, friend, but I have heard a thing or two about the Kindred of the Coins.
That you might find interesting. As you consider how you might get this man to tell you what he knows without having to part with too much coin, his eyes suddenly widen. I have to be going. I know nothing. Nothing! A hush falls over the people nearby. Oh! Rothog the Storm has come to the Sail Haven. Oh boy! Is he big? He's so big he barely fits in the frame. You, Beriathan. Rothog stares down at you impassively, his face a mask. Hármelak wants to see you, he says. Oh boy. I take you to see her, Rothog continues. Some of the people nearby stare at you and their half-troll member of the Kindred of the Coins, many of them backing away or preparing to run if his attention turns to them. Now, Beriathan, Hármelak does not like to be kept waiting. Oh, we were immediately taken there. And here we have Hármelak. Boy, but give me just a moment because a confidence did get to level 90 and some of that virtue went to patience instead. And I don't want patience. Yeah, why not? Let's go with determination now. Now we meet Hármelak Golden-hand, and I think with this we have already... No, we have not met Gondor personally, but it's the only member of the Kindred that we have not met personally now that we are here before Hármelak.
Thank you, Rothog.
Hármelak studies you silently for a moment. When she speaks again, her lips turn upwards in a faint smile. Welcome to Umbar Beriathan. I could have invited the others of your group, but I prefer to speak to you alone about this matter. You understand, it is not often that I have the opportunity to speak to such as you. It is the matter of our hostage that brings you here, I understand. You keep your expression guarded, but Hármelak's smile becomes more pronounced. Koltek prides himself upon knowing everything that transpires in this city, but he does not share everything with us. I have eyes of my own, and I see a great deal at a variety of interesting places. Outside the Gaul and the Fleet Pass, by the home of Belondor and Meshka in my very own upper ward, among the alleys of the Sail Haven. Your group has not remained hidden to my eyes, Beriathan, and I know why you have come to my city. Let us continue our discussion by the fountain of my courtyard. Well, we have very little choice, it seems. Hármelak arrives in the courtyard. Oh boy.
You stand in the presence of one of the wealthiest people in all of Umbar.
But notice, wealth does not grant complete power. How many of my rivals had riches but lacked the will to maintain their control? Now their wealth is mine. The folk of the city whispered that my fortune rivals that of many dwarf lords, but their whispers are untrue. My fortune exceeds that of even the dwarf kings. I am the matron of the most powerful merchant clan in Umbar, and we trade in all manner of expensive goods from across the Haradwaith. Spices, jewels, silks, artwork, even relics of ancient days. I was widowed when I was young, and my husband's brothers sought to gain control of the business. They failed. It takes an iron will to prosper as I have. Did I not witness Mut Taraul, the death of light, when I was but a young girl? I knew the evils of the Church of the Old Saying from a young age, but I saw too the value of maintaining the appearance of cooperation. In public I allied with the Orlakai occupiers and then with the Heirs of Castamir, but always I worked secretly against them. Quietly I set up a network of those opposed to the interlopers endangering my city. It brought me into contact with some who shared my goal of making Umbar a free city. Azagath and Belondor, Koltek of the Timamir, the smugglers to Muldu and Nakasi. When Balakhôr perished in the war and the power of the Heirs of Castamir was broken, I knew the time had come to act. We will speak of it further in the garden to the north. I see the garden there. I don't like it. She's taking me deeper and deeper into her manor. The music doesn't help either. Hármelak arrives in the garden of her manor. And once again, a picture because you never know which one will be the best of them all.
The Kindred of the Coins was my idea, inspired by the Corsair councils that once governed Umbar.
Between the reigns of tyrants, a king or a queen or a steward can begin with the best of intentions, but they can be corrupted. They can make the wrong choice, but a group can guard against such wrong choices. A group can see all the sides of a problem. In a city such as Umbar Baharbel, only a council can lead effectively for the good of all. That was my idea, Beriathan, a council of leaders that would not be subservient to any outside force, not Gondor, not the Empire of Rothog, not the Dark Lord Sauron or his servants. During the rule of the Heirs of Castamir and the Church of the Old Scene, I asked Coltec to fashion 7 medallions in the form of large coins that could be worn as necklaces. Each was made of a different material, signifying our disparate backgrounds and influences, but each had something in common. Coltec embedded a shard of Avashal, the valuable sea opal treasured by his people, into each coin. Yeah, I already knew that, thanks to Ganguran and Gamir was his name? Only days after Balakhôr perished in Gondor, a tremendous quake rocked the city. The temple of Sauron crumbled and fell into the earth, and I knew it was the time to act. I sent the medallions fashioned by Coltec to my chief allies, and the uprising began. The system mutiny would spell the end of outside authority over Umbar. That of Rothog, that of Gondor, that of Sauron. The Kindred of the Coins would make Umbar Baharbel a free city again. Let us speak further in my office. But in case you didn't recruit Gangur and missed that quest, then you have a condensed explanation here from Hármelak's own words. That really looks like the parrot that you can get from the pre-orders. That's nice, that's neat. Hármelak arrives into the office and takes her seat. And Rothog, it's like what, her bodyguard? And again, I don't like this. She's taking me all the way to her office. Can I escape? Because it's a long way to the door. But even if I escape, she already knows we're here with all our group, so there's no point in escaping. Azagath is a Black Númenórean, a blood ally of Balakhôr during the Scourge's rise to power. Their friendship soured when Balakhôr sought to claim rulership over all of Umbar in the name of the Heirs of Castamir. Azagath opposed his bid, a duel was fought, and Azagath suffered defeat. He received a scar upon his face and pled for mercy. It was granted and he was banished. We did not see him for many years, and during that time Azagath's warnings were proven true. I called for his aid during the Seastone Mutiny, and when he returned to the city he did so as a beloved hero. Hadoru they called him, he who returned. There was no celebration for me, Beriathan. I never fled the city, so I had not need to return a hero. I was here always, steadfast, unyielding. The Kindred was my idea, but when the 7 of us cast our lots for who would lead us, it was Azagath who prevailed. He is charming, any can see that, and the others believe he could more easily inspire the Umbari people than I could. I have been patient through all these travels. Is that not inspiring? Hármelak stares at you with eyes of ice, and despite her words, you can tell that being passed over for leadership of the Kindred bothers her more than she is willing to say. Do not misunderstand me. I would be content for any to lead us if he or she held dear the interests of the city, Beriathan, but I think it is not so for Azagath. He has some plan of his own, a secret he keeps from the rest of us. The Song of Waves and Wind. I know not what it is, but it cannot be in the interest of my city. Oh, come on, somebody has to tell us what that is. I will not seek to supplant any member of the Kindred of the Coins, for ours is a necessary council and Umbar is made better by our efforts. But this too is its strength. The Kindred itself is more important than any individual member. Were Azagath to fall in the rescue of the Gondorian hostage, that would be a most unfortunate turn, but the Kindred itself would survive. And that is everything. Oh boy. Oh. Hármelak holds your gaze but lowers her voice. Azagath returned to the city in the grip of a curious superstition. Every morning, he instructs some among his servants to carry empty bowls down to the docks beside the harbor warden's tower. They fill these bowls with salt water from the bay. Once that is done, they then carry these bowls of salt water through the streets of the city until they reach the bridge beyond the Fleetfast. The guards let them pass without fail, and once inside they fill the fountains within the citadel with salt water they carry. At midnight, the fountains are emptied, and at dawn the process begins again. No one pays attention to the servants who carry the water, Beriathan, not the folk of the city, not the guards of the Fleetfast, and not Azagath's Sea Shadow. Among these servants you could gain access to the Citadel of Winds, and whatever might befall then, well, it would be for the benefit of the city, would it not? I trust this discussion has been as illuminating for you as it has been for me. Rothog will see you out. Huh. I knew it. when we were scouting the fleet fast for Nauriel, and we saw all those water-carrying messengers. I knew it. Oh, and now we know. Can we enter? Yeah, we can enter. And everything. There's another quartermaster in here. Yeah, we've been here before. At least, I think so. Talk to me, Rothog. Be gone now. Before you turn to leave, you quietly ask Rothog why he is helping you. The half-troll stares impassively down at you and says nothing. You should find some of the water carriers mentioned by Hármelak. Yes, we will do so, but oh boy, it seems we're about to be done. I cannot wait, but I must, because the time has run out for us today. So this means this is the end of today's episode, but once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.